What's going on, Bears fans? Welcome to another episode of Chicago Bears Central. You know, guys, keeping the daily content going. This has been our first full week of daily content. Let me know how you guys feel about it. I think you guys have been enjoying it pretty much for the most part, and thank you for that. We really are putting a lot into this channel to make it the best. So definitely want to start off this by just thanking you guys for making Chicago Bears Central what it is and the continued growth. We are still far away from the season starting, even the preseason starting. And the fact that we started this channel with so much space between that before actual games happen, you guys have been supporting it. I speak for C-Dub and Bobby when I say thank you for that. But on today's episode of Chicago Bears Central, we're going to be talking about the takeaways from OTAs and what this says as we get ready to head towards the preseason. We'll get into all that and some more right after this.
You are now tuned in to Chicago Bears Central, your number one place for all Chicago Bears news and content.
All right, Bears fans, let's go ahead and jump into the takeaways from OTAs. And first up, we got to talk about the quarterback. We got to talk about number one. And it seems like everybody from OTAs, according to what's being said, from players to coaches to everything, that Justin Fields is primed and ready to go in his second season. He's ready to take that leap. Now, Coach also compared him to Dak Prescott, and, you know, he more so compared him to his ability to run the offense and footwork. But again, being able to take that leap, even being compared to that in year two. Listen, if he takes that leap, the sky's the limit for the Chicago Bears in a sense, right? As far as the offense, and it really comes down, yes, some people have issues with what's going on with, you know, getting him certain weapons and things like that, but I'm really excited for it. And, you know, just hearing quotes from people like Cole Kmet, just saying that he's confident coming in, confident in the huddle, in his calls, taking initiative with everybody, and it's been fun. Quarterback's coach, talking highly about him. You can start with his speed. He has some athletic tools that can't be coached, and that's really cool. And then the next thing is just his intangibles and the way he feels in the pocket and how he's adapted to training. He's such a natural athlete that you can say to him you can say it to him once and you can demonstrate it. I'll bet maybe athletically or maybe trying to do it as a righty. Like this, he's just a talented kid. I think he has all the tools to be successful. We're just trying to put it together for him. Everything that we hear about Justin Fields is the things that we want to hear. Now, if we were like, and again, in OTAs, you expect to hear positive things like that, but those are almost glowing things from Justin Fields. And, you know, how well he does, that remains to be seen. How well the offensive line protection remains to be seen. How good the wide receivers do remains to be seen. But the good thing is that it really does seem like we have that franchise quarterback that we all believe that Justin Fields can do. It's just up to him to prove it on the field and trust that he's going to be able to do that. Let me know down below what do you guys think about Justin Fields and all the glowing reviews that we're getting from him. Next thing up, out of OTAs, listen, Coach Eberflus, for whatever it's worth, in his press conference and everything, I am so excited for it. It really just, and again, when you have a new coach, when it's bringing energy in, just the way that they seem to be changing the culture here at the Chicago Bears, it's needed. After having the Nagyitis for as long as we did, to be able to remove that, cleanse that from the palate, and have what seems like a competent coach, a coach that's empowering, the defense, the rookies, and also a coach that has also empowered Luke Getsy to just run and come in and do his offensive thing. Like this whole team, the whole squad, like everything around the Bears right now is just so positive. Now we need to see if it stays that way once you actually start playing games and if we start losing and things like that. But everything right now, the culture change is one of the biggest things as well outside of Justin Fields. And that's something that's going to reverberate throughout the whole entire roster. Not just Fields, not just the rookies, not just the vets. It's going to everything. And hopefully that helps this team come together and maybe exceed what we think we're going to do by looking at this team on paper. Next thing up, this team's offense. It seems like everybody is excited about the offense, from again, Cole Kmet to Justin Fields to everyone. It seems like they have built this offense to take advantage of the things that we do good. Again, I'm going to go to another Cole Kmet quote on this one. I don't want to get too much into detail with it, but Justin's on the move a lot, and I think he does well with that. That's been exciting to see, and you see the types of throws he can make with his legs, on the run, off the run. No pads right now, but you can see the type of stuff, and it gets exciting. It's been a lot of fun seeing him move and doing things like that. The intense offensive, this is another quote. This is a quote from offensive guard Cody Whitehair. It's intense, don't get me wrong, but this team is young, and we kind of need that intense practice and expectations from this group. We have a lot of young guys, and the expectations are high. You've got to expect an intense practice. I feel like the guys have really worked hard and have gotten a lot out of it. Now, we know we got fined for OTA and contact practice. So maybe those were a little bit too intense, guys. But with all that being said, setting that tone early, and like I said, bringing in that toughness. In competition battles, it seems like every position is open. Don't read too much into who's practicing with the first team, who's practicing with the second string. Don't read into that. It really seems like this offensive line is evaluating everybody, has left the primary positions that have those questions and have open battles for that. And that competition is going to breed the best, I think, out of everybody, especially when you have a team full of a lot of young players. We knew this team drafted a lot of young offensive linemen. Do they trust those offensive linemen? Do these intense practices help build up their intensity and get ready for it? Again, that's on the offense. On the defensive side, that attacking mentality that it seems like we're coming through with the defense. Jalen Johnson, a quote here, definitely a different culture that's Eberflus definitely implemented, really trying to drill in our heads, really of how we want to play this style of football, really attacking, really playing hard, recognizing the ball, trying to call turnovers, and that's what the coach did really good over these last couple of years. That's the defense really turned the ball over. So definitely think you can get that vibe that we're definitely going to be attacking. As my light dies, don't worry about that. But yeah, again, the attacking defense, everything in OTAs right now that's coming out of it, the rookies being empowered, them trusting the rookies, the fact that, yes, we had some issues here on this show with them not going wide receiver, but it seems like this is all going to pay off in the long run. We needed to sit down and shut the hell up and watch what this team and how this team builds. It is what it is. But everything in the OTAs right now, it's an exciting time to be a Bears fan. It's an exciting time, it seems like, to be a Bears player as well. And that change of culture, that is the biggest thing coming out of OTAs. We can talk about people fighting for starting jobs. We can talk about Justin Fields' development. We can talk about everybody trusting in Justin Fields and the new offensive scheme. We can talk about all these things. But at the end of the day, the thing that we needed more than anything was to wash away the Nagyitis, as I call it, and really come in and have a coaching staff that we can trust, a front office that we can trust to build. But overall, what this team does, what the front office does on bringing in people, that's on them. But what this coaching staff has implemented in OTAs seems like it's working for the guys. It seems like it's working for the players. It seems like the coaches are enjoying it. A lot of praise coming Justin Fields' way. A lot of expectations from players as well. You set those expectations internally, and it's up to the players to live up to those. Again, I'm not necessarily coming in here and saying, hey, we're gonna all of a sudden be this playoff team. But the fact that you have to change the culture first if you want to get there. Everything else is going to fall in line after that. And Matt Eberflus has done that. Luke Getsy has done that. This coaching staff overall seems like they have taken this OTA, this short period of time, and have really set the tone for what it's going to be like when we get into full training camp, when we get into live practices, when we get into the preseason games. Everything's being set. And it feels good to be a Bears fan again. Let me know what you guys think about everything down below. Again, quick daily episode on Chicago Bears Central. We will be back Sunday, starting the week off right. Full team in. We'll see what we get into talking about then. But I want to hear from you guys right now. The change of culture that seems like it's coming out of these OTAs. How does this leave you feeling about this team and any expectations that you have for this team early on? We'll see how it ends up developing, but I want to hear from you guys down below, so make sure you tune in and check in down below on that as well. Make sure you're following the show at Chi Bears Central. You can send us any feedback, questions, comments, concerns, chicagobearcentral@gmail.com. And lastly, if you want to leave a text and or voicemail, 773-270-2799. Thank you so much for tuning in to Chicago Bears Central. For this week, I'm checking out. We will see you lovely and beautiful people Sunday. Peace, y'all.
This has been a presentation of the Break Media.